Good morning, guys. Today I'm going to take y'all along with me and share with y'all what I eat in a day on the GAPS diet and kind of how I get it going. Today is going to be the start of day 1 for me. And so here we go. I hope y'all enjoy this and it's helpful to you. I start out my day with lukewarm water and a couple of teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, and that could be interchangeable with about 2 teaspoons of lemon or lime as well, and then 1 probiotic pill. We made some homemade yogurt from our raw milk, and we did this for the purpose of we're going to be introducing yogurt in the next few days into our diet and seeing if it agrees with us and it helps with our digestive system. Well, the reason for the yogurt is for the added probiotics that it has, and raw milk is the best kind. I also want to mention that goat milk is superior to cow milk, but right now we mostly have cow milk, so that's the type of yogurt we made today. On the GAPS diet, you're supposed to make a lot of meat stock broth, and while these are beef bones, I do have a lot of meat on them still, so I am using these, and you only cook it for 2 hours, and so that doesn't break down the bones as much. This is supposed to be used to heal your gut lining. When you cook your vegetables, you're supposed to remove all the skin from it. That way you remove the fiber and it's easier for your body to digest it. So I'm removing all the peel from the carrots as well as from the zucchini and of course from our butternut squash. And another tip that I learned is that if you eat a higher carb produce, so butternut squash would be one as well as carrots, it will help you not have as much withdrawals from not having higher carbs in your diet like you're probably used to. The seeds do contain fiber as well, so you want to remove those when you are cooking them. And I just set them apart for my kids because they like to make squash seeds and bake them and put some salt on them, and they taste really good. And also the diet will allow for it later on, just not right now in the initial introduction phase. I'm really excited because everything that we are putting in this soup was raised on our property except for the carrots. So we grew the butternut squash, the onions, as well as the zucchini. We raised the beef that's gonna go in this soup, and that was just a really neat feeling to know that we grew all this on our property. The meat stock that I made earlier is in the Instant Pot cooking. So in the meantime, I wanted to get this going because this was literally my breakfast. And so I had some meat stock in the refrigerator. And so I went ahead and put that into the pot along with the vegetables and let it cook. And another thing is, once it's close to being done, about 10 minutes before, you're gonna add your garlic. Once this was done cooking, my meat stock and my beef was done cooking. And so I went ahead and grabbed a chunk of the meat and put it into my soup bowl to eat. These are my supplements that I have to take. In the beginning, you want to start out by adding about 2 teaspoons of fermented vegetable juice to add good probiotics to your digestive system. This is also going to aid if you suffer from constipation as well. One more supplement I'm going to take is the betaine, HCl, and pepsin, and I'm gonna wait till I eat some food before I take this, because if you take this on an empty stomach, it will burn your stomach and you will vomit like you've never vomited before. And it burns your throat and your esophagus. So I am gonna wait till I eat some of my food, but I can take this right before and then this in between and a little bit after. I know I mentioned in my last video that I was having like headaches and issues, like even with my blood pressure and everything, and I mentioned that it could have been GERD, which is like acid reflux, but for me, when I take these, it goes away. Doctors tend to believe that people who have GERD or acid reflux, that they produce too much acid, but it's actually the opposite. It's that you don't have enough acid, and so what's happening is your food is remaining in your stomach and it begins to ferment and it starts to come back up, because it can't go the other way because your body doesn't want it to go down because it hasn't been broken down. And so that causes the GERD and the acid reflux. Now, this adds acid to your stomach, but it also tells your body, produce more acid. You don't have enough. And so over time, you'll start out taking quite a bit sometimes, and then you'll begin to reduce the amount you take, and your body will begin to pick up and to start producing the acids that you need to break down your food. So if you have those issues, I would highly recommend this brand, just because I know that I've taken it and it works for me. I was trying the ox bile, but come to find out, ox bile is to help you break down fats, while this one helps you break down proteins. And so this works. So I am going to take one of the ox bile too. I forgot to grab those, but because there is fat in my food, my functional practitioner recommended that I take the ox bile anyways, and then take this because I obviously need help. And once I took this, all of my problems went away. My breathing problems, my migraines, my fatigue. Like, I feel great now. One thing that I was thinking about too though was that, so my blood pressure was really low. I told you I went to the doctor for that. And when I came home, I was in bed and I was really discouraged, and I told my daughter, I was like, man, I wish Jesus was here and he would just tell me, rise up and walk, and I would get up and walk and everything would be fine, and I would feel fine or whatever. And so I went and I took a shower, and then when I came out, I really did feel fine, and I went and took my blood pressure, and it was normal, the most normal it has been almost in the past 9 years. And so that was really, really cool to see that happen, because I wholeheartedly meant what I had said, that, you know, I would love the Lord to tell me that I was healed. And while I'm not completely healed because I still need some help, being relieved from that, from my heart literally feeling like it was failing, and like I just had no energy, no nothing. It was just really amazing. So I'm gonna go and eat my soup, take some of these, and take my supplements. Another thing you want to do while on the GAPS diet is add more fat to your diet. That way you can be full and feel satiated while you're eating these different meals. Another thing you're supposed to do while you're on the GAPS diet is drink a light steep tea, either made from mint, chamomile or ginger, and it's supposed to be a light brew, so you only let it brew for 5 minutes. You can also add a teaspoon of honey if you would like. Now for dinner, I literally ate the same thing, and I just added my fermented vegetable juice, took my HCl and pepsin, and added my duck fat.